efforts to implement the solutions have not been sufficient, and there is still no coordinated, global, long-lasting, and effective action for the greenhouse effect. Even knowing about the current and future impacts on the planet, why have we not been successful in these goals? In fact, most of these proposals cause a momentary impact of reduction in economic activity. That is why many countries are reluctant to make commitments to reducing CO2 emissions. It is very difficult to give up material progress and its current benefits in favor of an environmentally sustainable future. Therefore, the economic equation is crucial. We're here today to show that this is possible. Globally, power generation accounts for about 2/3 of climate change. Therefore, solving this issue requires significant changes in this sector. So-called renewable energy is a promising option. As the name implies, it is based on alternatives that do not involve the depletion of energy sources, thereby reducing the need for fossil fuel use and resulting in positive impacts on the environment. Among the renewable sources are hydro, wind, biomass, and solar energy. Currently, hydro, wind, and biomass present enhanced competitiveness. Solar energy is moving in this direction. Brazil is one of the few countries in the world where these renewable sources are among the most competitive, making the most out of opportunities. SHPs, small hydropower plants. Small hydropower plants, or SHPs, are defined as units with installed capacity up to 30 megawatts. They do not need to go through the bidding process for receiving concessions. In these cases, the governmental grant for building the SHP is acquired through an administrative act with the issuance of the appropriate regulatory body, ANEL. The SHPs are interesting alternatives for hydroelectric power generation when compared to large hydropower plants, given their relatively low environmental impact, as they do not require large reservoirs. In addition, they have a faster construction period in comparison to large hydropower plants. Biomass. Sugarcane bagasse, which is a byproduct from sugar and ethanol production, is a low-cost biomass alternative because it can be used to produce energy for the plant itself and generate surplus energy for commercialization. Thus, energy production through cogeneration projects eliminates an environmental problem for the sugar and ethanol mill owner and brings a steady stream of additional revenue. Brazil is the largest producer of sugarcane in the world, and the resulting bagasse, which itself has a great potential for increasing power generation, is not yet exploited to its full capacity. The sugar ethanol industry also has a long tradition in the country. There have been highly significant technological advances in the equipment and applied processes. Wind power. Wind power plants or farms have great compatibility with the hydropower generating system in Brazil, as the wind flow cycles are much more intense during the dry season. Also, due to their ongoing technological innovation and low environmental impact, this source of energy is increasingly competitive. In addition, wind power plants do not compel farmers to leave their land, as they are compatible with land use for agriculture purposes. Wind power generation has a significant potential for increasing the capacity of producing energy. Brazil is a reference in renewable energy production. Brazil is already one of the largest producers of renewable energy in the world, and it is a segment which is growing significantly within the country. So, what we offer today for assessment is not new technology or new sector of activity, but rather a form and structure to effectively exploit the numerous opportunities that Brazil offers for investment in a sector with significant growth and attractive returns. One of the great challenges of our time is, within the scope of power generation, to increase the use of renewable energy. In Brazil, it is possible to achieve this with profitability and sustainability.